Yes, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are from in the world. Welcome to what is the biggest night for Tottenham in 6 years. This is undoubtedly the biggest night since the Champions League final in 2019. And now Tottenham Hotspur are in the hot seat and everything is in our own hands. There are no excuses, no reasons to lose, no reasons to fail. Tottenham Hotspur have to do it. And I will say they don't have to do it the hard way. We've got it easy, haven't we? Well, maybe not. We're playing a Bodo Glimt team who are very, very good at home. However, normally they get their home legs first and then they deal with the away leg. Now they've had the away leg, they've lost. Now, what have Bodo Glimt got to shock Spurs? Or are our beloved Tottenham Hotspur going to put in a solid professional performance and we move on to the final to face what looks like Man United in an all-English encounter? Look, it is what it is. This is where we're at. This is what it's come down to. Tottenham Hotspur needs to win this to salvage our season. Let's be brutally honest. We can say whatever we want. We have to win this game. If he doesn't win this game, he is 1,000,000 bazillion% sacked come the summer. If he does win this game, he still could go. We still have a final. But for me, it keeps him in that job just a little bit longer. So Tottenham, the team will be out shortly. I will get you the team as soon as I have it. But Tottenham Hotspur, I'm telling you, no excuses tonight. Hello to each and every one of you. Guys, this is a semi-final. If you cannot get excited, if you cannot smash that like button, then what are we doing here? Big up to Tony Rodriguez. Look at this. See, this is how you start a stream. This is how you start a stream. Big up Tony, all the way out there in Sweden. He has whacked in all the Football Heritage TV memberships. 5 memberships he has gifted out. Let's have a look who he's gifted them to. Thank you very much, Tony. You are a legend. They have gone to Frankie Kiernan, Ali Garcia, Ram Teluk, the Workers' Reading Room, and also Fane. So big up to each and every one of you. And if Tony can start a stream like this, you guys can certainly smash the like button and smash that subscribe button as we chase down 18,000. Guys and girls, I'm not going to ask for your score predictions. We'll wait until the team news is in. I think we pretty much know what we're going to get. We'll see if there's any shocks. I don't think there will be, but we will see. Big up to each and every one of you. Big up to Ant in the chat. How you doing, bro? Big up to PMZ Films, who said that Danny Raid. Big up, Danny. Thank you very much, brother. Hope you're well. Big up to Arcus. Arsenal, just a juicy Spurs in the chat as well. Here's Angus. How you feeling after last night, mate? Aidan Murtar, James Cook, Ryan Gloria. Big up to Ian JD, one of my channel members. How you doing, Ian? Big up to Daniela Stewart. Good evening to you. Good evening to the retconning. Or am I reading that the wrong way? I might be reading that really stupidly. Big up to Mike Pepper, Ryan G, my man Mario 2012, one of the channel members as well. Big up to Jack Spurs, always very generous. Big up to you, Jack. Hope you are well. Big up to Johan. Big up to Bobby Andrews. Just reminding us all that Ange lost home and away. I would like to think we've got a bit of a better team than what Celtic had, but I do think it's going to be a difficult evening. I think we're going to have an evening of twists and turns, but ultimately, Tottenham Hotspur should be going through. Good evening to Marios. Good evening to Jason Scopes. Good evening to Andy, No Nonsense Football Fan, Razzle Dazzle, Frankie Kiernan. Big up to Mark, who said Cookie. Yeah, that's fine, mate. No worries, no rush. Morton Barley, Gary's in here. How you doing, Gary? Hope you are well. Mark inside the chat. Marianne inside the chat as well. Big up to each. My man Ash is here. Good evening to each and every one of you. I won't be able to say hello to everyone, or we will never actually talk football, will we? Where were we? Where were we? The team should be out soon. PFC TV thinks that this is going to be a 2-0 to Bodo Glimt, which would, of course, take it to penalties. To extra time and possibly penalties. Big up to Trevor OJ. Big up to you. Big up to Dan Skyline. How we doing? Angus, you were beaten by the better team, my man. I mean, I know a lot of people are upset, but listen, there's a reason you wanted the manager out, right? You didn't trust him in the first place. But hey, don't be too disappointed. There's always another season in football. Big up to Machina Joe. Big up to you. Good morning from a cold Sydney. Do you know what? It's actually quite cold in South London today. They're showing, currently on the screen, they're showing the fans queuing up at the stadium. It's so small. It's a tiny, tiny little pokey stadium. A sea of yellow at the moment. I did see that Chris Cowlin was interviewed. Of course, Chris Cowlin was interviewed. Of all the people they could interview, it was Chris Cowlin, wasn't it? Again. Big up to Ron Cooley. Big up to Phil Coy. So let's get rid of this soft underbelly and goal away. Absolutely. There should be no soft underbelly against teams like this. There shouldn't be. PMZ Films said, I'd love you to crash out tonight like my team did last night, but I don't think you will. Yeah, I don't think we will either. I genuinely don't think we will. By the way, if anyone has not subscribed, why not? If you've not subscribed, here is the link to subscribe. I'm going to put it into the chat and then I'm going to pin it. And also, I've just realized that I wrote a poll and then didn't post it. So I'll tell you what, probably actually do Spurs go. There we go. It's quite simple. Do Spurs qualify tonight? Yes or no? The link to subscribe has been pinned. Who else have we got here? So big up to Tony who put in the 5TV memberships. Big up to you. Thank you very much. Ian JD is a member for 5 months now. Said we as a club have to win. It's that simple. I don't think there's any ifs, buts, or maybes. This isn't like for the Arsenal last night. Yeah, they can say they had to win, but they're still going to have Champions League football. They've got Champions League revenue for years and years and years. We need it. We need it badly. I completely agree. Big up to you. And then Jack Spurs has started the Super Sticker game. We love this game over here. One person puts in 99.79p. Everyone else should do it. Big up to you, Jack. Not one, but two. Big up to you, my friend. Really, really appreciate that. James T has said that Bodo to lift the trophy at 25-1. Not a bad little punt. Not a punt that any Spurs fan should probably be having. Hang on, I'm getting someone saying, keep checking your phone. Teams coming soon. That's what we like to hear. Let's just double check on the official Spurs page. I can't see that the teams are out at the moment. 3-1 to Bodo, says Finn McMullen. 3-1 to Bodo, and we lose in extra time. That's not the spirit. That's not the spirit, is it? Billy says, I think it will be Bodo 2, Spurs 2. Daniela says, I have a feeling it's going to be a high-scoring game. Which way it goes, who knows? We'll see. See to the fourth. We must be able to spot Sean or Henry. There's only 8,000 people there. And big up. Look at Seals Diamond come straight in with a super sticker and a beautiful dog in the picture. So big up to you, Seals Diamond. Really, really appreciate you. Thank you very much for that. Very appreciative when people do that. Thank you very much. Tony Rodriguez with the super sticker. Very generous again, Tony. Thank you very much. Really appreciate you, my friend. Very, very generous. Thank you. So super sticker and 5 memberships. And then a user said, if we have a chance, if we got our ski boots and gloves. Listen, I don't know about ski boots. I don't know about gloves. All I know is we've got to win tonight. Doesn't have to win the game tonight, but we will go through. We've got to go through, haven't we? We've got to go through. Big up to you, a user. Really appreciate you. By the way, anyone see last night at one point, Lee Gunner Lee Gunner had like 99 super chats to read out. I mean, it was just absolutely crazy. Big up to my man, Dean Law. Big up to you. How you doing, bro? Hope you're well. Big up to Eugene. How you doing? Hope you're well. Big up to Corey Sava, my boy. Big up to you, my man. John Bird is in the chat. I'm desperately looking around, by the way, people, to see if this team has been announced yet. Let me check an app. Bear with me, people. Let's check an app tonight. Europa League, Bodo Glimt versus Tottenham Hotspur. Let's have a look. Bodo. Now, they've got the lineups, but this is the predicted, so I'm not sure whether this is true. Looks like it could be true, but I'm not going to read it out until I've got full verification. The team I've got here is Vicario, Porro, Romero, Van der Ven, Udogie, Bentancur, Basuma, Kulu, with Johnson, Solanke, Tell. Now, that does sound like it could be that, but sometimes the app does predict the team. So I'm not going to confirm that that's the team. Here is the team. Vicario in goal. Is it what I've just read out, by the way? Let me just see if it's what it is. Exactly what I've... No. Vicario, Van der Ven, Bentancur, Porro... Who am I missing there? 1 second. So apparently it is the team I just read out, but with with Richie on the left and not Matisse Tell. So that's what I'm hearing. But no, don't you start barking. Don't you? No, none of us need to hear from you tonight. Let's give you a chew. Dog chews. Always dog chews. Stewie, you want to chew? There you go. Good boy. Anyone fancy a chew? Meaty. Sort of a bacony smell. So let me, I just want to double check that that's the team that comes out on the official site. The team, Vicario in goal, Porro, Romero, Van der Ven and Udogie, Basuma, Bentancur, Kulu, Johnson, Solanke, Richarlison. No excuses. So that is Vicario in goal, Porro at right back, Van der Ven and Romero at centre half with Udogie at left back, Basuma, Bentancur and Kulu as the midfield three, Johnson to the right, Solanke through the middle, and Richarlison to the left. The substitutes are Austin, Whiteman, Spence, Davis, Danso, Gray, Sarr, Ulasesi, Ajayi, Odeberg, Moore, Tell. Zero excuses. Zero excuses. Let me just say thank you for this person being right. Zero excuses today. Zero excuses. I've got absolutely no doubt in my mind that this Tottenham team is strong enough. I don't want to hear any excuses about Berg, about Maddison. Yes, we're going to miss Maddison, but that team is by far good enough. Anyone disagree with me? Anyone disagree with me? Let's be fair. He's going to make a video about me, whatever happens. If we win, it will be I don't deserve to celebrate. And if we lose, it will be my fault. Don't worry about it. It's all good, brother. Billy, so forget a cold night in Stoke. We can do it. Can we do it on a cold night in Bodo? Bodo Glimt. Big up to Marco with a super sticker. I love the super sticker game. Big up to you, Marco. Thank you very much for that. Really appreciate you. Marco is also a member of the channel, as you can see. Thank you so much. And then Arcus is also posting super stickers. So thank you very much, Arcus. So for anybody, thank you, Arcus. I really do appreciate that. For anyone who has missed that team, it is Vicario in goal. It is Porro, Van der Ven, Romero and Udogie. It is Kulusevski, Bentancur and Basuma in midfield. And a front three of Johnson, Solanke and Richarlison. So let me know in the chat, what do you all think? With 1 hour, 10 minutes, the Bodo team is out as well. Let's have a look at the Bodo Glimt team that's just been sent to me. The team for Bodo Glimt is, hang on, this one would be better, is Hakin, Gunderson, Berg, who is back. He's the captain. He's the main man. Hogg, Blomberg, Saltness, Bjorken, Mo, Chavold, Haug, and Evgen. I've probably butchered half of those names, but that is what's happening tonight. I'm just looking at the Man United team, just see if there's anything there. They've gone strong as well. So, guys and girls, let me know. Let's go early. Let's go early. Score predictions. I think we will. I think 2-2 or 2-1 to them. I think 2-2 or 2-1 to them. I think we go through either way. So I do think we go through. Darren said we go through tonight only to get done by United at the 4th attempt. That's the spirit, Darren. Look, let's not worry about United. Let's worry about getting through tonight. I say let's worry. We're 2-0 up essentially, aren't we? Absolute madness to go out tonight if we do. So I really think we will. Big up Richie starting. Thank you so much, Ash, for sending me that information before it came out. Appreciate that, my man. No Nods football fans said Porro, VDV, Romero, Dogi is Andy's back four, even if he had a gun to his head. Well, let's be brutally honest, shall we? Let's be brutally honest. Jed Spence hasn't got a chance. I would fully expect to see Jed Spence leave this summer, if we're brutally honest about that. Gary, I've got plenty of chews, dog chews everywhere in this house. You are more than welcome to them. Ian yesterday said, better go through. I'm sick as a parrot and dragging myself to the pub. I love that. So ill that you're going to take one for the team and go to the pub. Well done, you. Love that. Absolutely love that. A Patriot said, a new Pope and we smash Bodo. I can sleep happily. Love it. Absolutely love it. New Pope. Well done to the new Pope. Let's try and catch up with time. I'm a few minutes behind. Let me try and catch up. Yes, Bentancur is in the midfield free. Of course he is. Where are we? Harold Holst. Sverelsveld, I love this. I said, of course you should win, but the cup is the cup. You never know. Bodo Glimt here on merit. No Walker. Whoa, hang on. Me saying we should win, me saying we should go through, isn't me underestimating them. I think they're gonna be very good tonight on their own ground. Morton Barley, Gary. Yeah, bear with me 1 second. Hang on. Got to stay hydrated. I don't drink enough. I said, no Romero brain farts. Can't agree with us more. He's our captain tonight. We need a captain performance. Nothing silly. None of this charging into midfield and kicking people up in the air for no reason at all, which he always does. It's one of the main reasons why I've always said he is not a world-class player. World-class players don't do that. They just don't. Would I take Knutson as coach? Listen, I take him. I think he's done a really good job, but he wouldn't be anywhere near the top of my list. But he's done a very, very good job. Sounds about right. Yes. Morton Barley, yeah. Spurs 1, Bodo 2. I can see that. That or 2-2. I do think we go through tonight. I can say it till I'm blue in the face. There are people that don't believe me, but I do think we go through tonight. Yeah, crazy mofos, man. Crazy mofos. Just under £1,500 they paid. Fair play to them. Honestly, I can tell you, as a married man, if I put that amount of money down to go to watch a game of football, I can honestly tell you that there would be some real fireworks in my house. What's this? Gianluca Damasio has just tweeted out that Marco Silva is the main target of Spurs' new coach. Also, De Zerbi and Iriola on the list. I mean, look, we'll worry about that another day. At the moment, we've got a semi-final to worry about. We'll worry about the manager situation another time. I tried, my man. Ash, I tried. I tried. Come on. I tried. Angus, of course, has gone with 3-0 Bodo. So has Daniela. Wow. You can tell who aren't Spurs fans. 4-2 Spurs. I'll take it. I don't see us scoring 4 tonight. Could be wrong. Could be massively wrong. Let's hope I am wrong. Millsy saying this surface is quick. Expect lots of goals. 3-2 to Bodo Glimt. Well, that would still put us through, wouldn't it? It really would. Really would put us through. 2-1 says BVB Sports, 2-1 to Bodo, but Spurs win by 1 on aggregate. Mace thinks it's going to be a score draw. Jackie has gone with 2-1 to Bodo. Spurs to go through with a 2. Lots of people going for a 2-1 Bodo Glimt win. I get it. They've got nothing to lose, have they? They've got absolutely nothing to lose. Unlike you lot, 512 people in here at the moment and 140 likes. Come on, people. Let's smash that button. And if you haven't subscribed, we are pinned as we're heading slowly but surely towards the 18,000 mark. Let's have a look at the poll. At the moment, 260 votes. It was a simple vote tonight. Do Spurs qualify tonight? So far, 75% have said yes, 25% have said no, and that's with 267 votes. So we'll go back to that in 10 minutes or so. Benton quarter pocket Berg. Yeah, listen, Berg's a good player. He's their guy. Let's see. It's going to need something like that. But Berg is a very, very good footballer. He dictates things for them. Benjamin Drummond, big up to you, Benjamin, has said Richie and Johnson with zero ability up top. Realistically, should still be enough. Well, listen, look, we know what both of them are. We know what both of their skill sets and their strengths are. We've got to play to that. For me, I think you're going to see a lot of long diagonal balls put in from Porro to the back, the left-hand side of the box where you're going to have Richarlison and Solanke. We'll see. Meant 2-1 Spurs. That's all right. Got it. Berg makes them tick. He does make them tick. He does. I've watched this boy play a number of times. He's a very good footballer. They very much missed him in the first leg. By the way, just putting the link in the chat again for anybody to subscribe if you haven't done already. That would be absolutely amazing. Big up to Nicola. How you doing? I said, I have a feeling we'll be losing 2-0 to Bodo Glimt until the 90th minute, but Johnson will score in the 3rd minute of added time to secure a 4-3 aggregate. Oh, gosh, can you imagine 2-0 down and then we score in the last minute? I mean, that's a bit too close to comfort for me. John, how you doing, John? Said, I think we'll lose 2-0 or 2-1, so could go either way for qualification. Hang on, let's have a look. Sorry, bear with me 1 second. Just realised I put a link out. Hang on 1 second, people. 1 second. There we go. So, Big Al has gone with 2-1 to Bodo. Jack Spurs has also gone with 2-1 to Bodo, which, Spurs 2, Bodo 1, which would be 5-2 an aggregate goals from Richie and Kulu. Yeah, well, listen, nothing surprises me with Spurs. Nothing surprises me. As I always say, if you woke me up in 4 hours' time and said Spurs won 2-0, I'd go, yeah. If you woke me up in 4 hours' time and said Spurs lost 2-0 and went out, I'd go, yeah. So, Spurs are sometimes we're our own worst enemy. Whoever is saying we should win tonight is deluded. This team doesn't lose at home. They play on a plastic pitch, a pitch where we drew with Tamworth. Hope and pray we win, but no expectations. Bobby, is that to win tonight or to qualify? Because I think there's a huge difference, right? There's a huge difference. Yeah, I mean, you might have young Ollie Skulls, but he's nowhere near Jed Spence, is he? Let's be brutally honest. If you bought Jed Spence, he'd be one of your first choice defenders. Let's be brutally honest. He's a very good defender, is Jed Spence. Big up to Corey. How you doing, Corey? Well,
yeah, I've just got back from a 10K run, so
that sounds awful on a very it's cold here. I don't know if it's cold there. So the fitness is going well.
It's okay, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to get it back up there, but it doesn't help when you got hay fever, man. I was streaming, I'm doing it with some of my teammates from the Man versus Fat program for the football. So they were like, "Right, we're doing a 10K run tonight around the park. You win?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll be there in 5." Ran down to the park, done my 10K, ran back up the hill.
That's what we love to see. We love to see fitness going on inside the place. Corey, Tottenham Hotspur, 2-0 up, essentially, 2 goals up. We can't mess this up, can we? We're going through, aren't we?
We're going through, but if Dr. Tottenham strikes me, I'll sit here and laugh. I mean, I could see us losing 1-0, maybe 2-1, but we'd still go through. I mean, you show a strength. The team looks pretty decent. It was the same team from last week, pretty much, wasn't it? So as long as Basuma is strong in that lineup, like he was last week, I think Basuma is playing.
Yeah, Basuma's playing. Yeah, Basuma, Bentancur.
So
it looks like it's just Kulu in for Madison. I think from the same team as last week.
Yeah, I mean, Madders is a huge miss for us, isn't he? Really, he's second in the team for goals and assists for the season, behind.
Well, I looked this
Tappin.
morning. In Europe, he's for Spurs in Europe. He's second for the most goal contributions, first for the most chances created, first for the most fouls and free kicks gained, first for the most passes played into the final third. So it is a big loss. But I've been saying all week, I only think it's a big loss if they grab 2 and suddenly we need to find a goal. If not, I'd be embarrassed from this position to not see this through.
Given we can never keep a clean sheet, so giving them that goal last week has given them that kind of edge in, isn't it? Because all of their records so far in Europe in the last 3 or 4 years, they always seem to win at home. They have a knack for winning at home, apart from that one time this year. I think it was Carabag, or as Dan calls them, carrier bag.
Yeah,
the team we struggled to beat, carrier bag.
Standard.
I mean, you got your bag for life, yeah.
Well, we saw this morning, right, that they've played 37 home European games since the 21-22 season, and they've lost. I think they lost 6 of those 37. So they have lost games at home, but this year they've been very strong at home. No nonsense football fan. Mate, just relax. I see your silly comments. Just relax. You will be gone. Nothing silly, please, mate. Like the Spurs back 4. Nothing silly. So, yeah, look, they can be got at home, but this year they have been very good. They got lots of goals there against Lazio, against Porto, against FC 20, against Olympiacos. So this is a team that know how to win at home.
Yeah, and Porto aren't pushovers either, are they? If you look at the Portuguese league, they pretty much win it every year. So they're not a pushover. They have a very, very solid squad, Porto, especially with Gyökeres up front. To beat a team that, last season Gyökeres smashed City up, didn't he? Really? So
no, you got your teams mixed up again.
It's not Porto. I got my teams mixed up again.
You got your teams mixed up. You're thinking of Sporting Lisbon.
Look,
Porto are a good team. They went there earlier in the year. Bodo went down to 10 men, still managed to beat them. I think it was 3-2 in the end. But Dan, they've got nothing to lose, Bodo. Is that a scary place for a team to be? Like when you've got a one-off street fight and you've got someone who's got nothing, like they've got nothing to lose at all.
Well, they say they are one of the 2 most dangerous types of person. One is a scared person and one is someone who's got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
They've got absolutely nothing to lose tonight. We've got about 3 to 5 years to lose tonight. Forget the season, it's done. But we have got half a life to lose over this. Basically, it's all or nothing. But they've got to come at us for the win. We've just got to play this tactically better, as far as I'm concerned, and I think we can.
Great. Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I'll be really annoyed if I see us going gung ho, wide open. I'll be really annoyed because there's no need. There's absolutely no need to invite them into space. And what they've got this week is Patrick Berg can find those spaces. So if we leave the high line, if we leave the gaps in behind, Patrick Berg will find those spaces.
And another thing with Bodo as well, they haven't got a game in their league till the 16th of this month. So they've had time off to rest players, get players back. In between playing them again, we've had to play in the league again. So the rotation with the team, it seems a little bit unfair, really, doesn't it? When the other team doesn't have a game for like 2 weeks and they're coming up to play you in your home and then take you to theirs.
Yeah, but also there's the other way to look at it. Look, their season's only just started, right? So they really won't be in fitness in theory. You got to remember they have to play a lot of their Europa League campaign whilst they're not actually in their season.
Oh,
So you know you've got to I don't. I'll be honest. I don't do excuses. I don't do things like that. For me, we know that Bodo their season's different, a different time to ours.
Yeah, I know the Norwegian league goes from March to November, doesn't it? And then when their winter kicks in, that's when you don't see anything from Norway because it's just all frozen over.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, but guys, it is. I mean, this kind of sums it up, doesn't it? This comment from the final boss. This is it, Sava. Win or bust, and that's where our season's at. This is it tonight.
Make or break. If we win it tonight, then it's make or break on the net. Then it's make or break in the final. But this is the game we're playing at the moment. This is the game that matters at the moment, not the final, because we're not there yet. Like some people seem to think we are. It's make or break. We got to do this. Otherwise, like I said, that can be for the next 3, and like others have said, 4 or 5 years screwed, basically. If we go and win this, and then win this cup, then the next manager who comes in, he's got more money to spend. He's got more pulling power. Players are going to be more likely to want to stay, more money to spend, and can build from there. If we don't go through on this, if we don't win it, we've basically finished 16th in the league. We're not going to have a pot to piss in, and whoever comes in is just going to have to literally play with what he's got.
And that's the scary thought about it, really, isn't it?
Yeah. That's why it's bigger than normal. As I said to you this morning, Dan, I think, normally it'll be, okay, we're in a cup. Okay, if we don't win that cup, all right, well, we're still 5th in the league or 6th in the league, or we've got something to play for in the league. But that went a long time ago. Having anything else to play for other than this went a long time ago. So there's no excuse. They should have been practicing for this, training for this. They'll have known for a long time about the plastic pitch. They would have known for a long time how Bodo play. I don't know. Do you guys, is there any excuses tonight? Because I don't do excuses.
Can't really use the plastic pitch as an excuse, because at the training ground, they have 3G, 4G, and possibly 5G training pitches anyway for all different fair weather kind of training. If it's muddied down and bogged down and raining, they can still train. So there's no excuse for the players there.
It's definitely an advantage to them because they are 100% used to playing football through and through on that pitch. We're not. Yes, we have got training on it and should have, because we've got the facilities at the ground and that. But that is 100% where Bodo play their game, and they know it. They know their game. They know the ball on the pitch as such, and it is going to be an advantage to them one way or another. But it shouldn't be something that is that much of an advantage that it basically totally cancels us out. This is a professional
game of football.
God's sake.
Especially when you're winning by 2 goals, right? Especially when you're 2 goals up, right? But listen, a lot of people have been drawing comparisons, which I think is a bit strange, but I get it. Drawing comparisons with the whole game that we played at Tamworth. It was on a plastic pitch, but it's a different team, different scenario, different time of year. Can anything really be read into that game?
No, they're supposed to be professional football players, and then you expect them to be able to handle whatever pitch or anything that's thrown at them. Regardless if Bodo play on it at home every week or not, they should be able to handle this as professional football players. I mean, twice a week I play on a plastic pitch, and yeah, it is different. The ball moves differently, the bounce is different, but you can't use things like that as an excuse in a game of football.
Yeah. Maximus just saying, do you think Spence going on Rio's podcast has driven a wedge? Well, it does feel like very much since then that the poor bloke can't really get a game. He's used in all the other games, isn't he? He's used in all the free pass games. I think we knew, guys, is this a surprise? I think we said it for ages that the moment Udogi's back, he's going to go straight back into the team. This isn't a surprise, is it?
No, we said it from day one.
Everyone said it. Everyone saw it coming, didn't they? So I feel sorry for Spence because he's in this situation where both Udogi and Porro's form has been iffy all season. He comes in for that period of 2 to 3 months and did come out as one of our better players in that time. Then he gets the pot. Then he goes on to the podcast or whatever with Rio, airs his truths about what's going on, and he's basically been stuck on the sidelines as a cheerleader on the bench, you know, and it's just frustrating to see this young guy that's come in, proven his worth, and just put out again because of.
It's gonna be tricky.
We'll never
no
know. We'll never know. We'll never know.
Sorry, I was waiting for someone to jump on.
No, you didn't. You do know you didn't finish your sentence.
Yeah.
All right.
Like
my internet froze as well.
It was like Sopranos. I was like, yeah, what? Sorry, God.
Nearly as bad as Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
You know, when that bit happens in Game of Thrones and you're like,
do fade to black.
I've got to stay up another hour and it's 2 o'clock in the morning because you just can't stop binging it. Yeah, it's all or nothing. You can blatantly see it on the TV now. Their fans are up for it big time and they look confident as well. And even if they go out on this, again, they've got nothing to lose. They've got to the semi-finals of the Europa being who? Bodo Glimt. And that is just where the other thing that we just got to go out there with the right attitude and not underestimate the situation.
I got to ask Matty where he's getting 120 minutes from. Does he think this game's going to extra time?
Right.
Just I need to know that.
Yeah, he must do to Matty, didn't you? What did you go for? 2-0 Bodo? You went for, didn't you? You went for 2-0 Bodo. I love this. Earlier in the week, he'd never heard of Berg. Now we must have Bentancur on him to do a man-to-man marking job. I love this. I absolutely love our fans. It's hilarious. Didn't know he was in the week. You told me he was no better than Basuma midweek. Now, but look, on a serious note, guys, look, we have got the same midfield too as the first leg. Obviously, Basuma and Bentancur in the double pivot, which you would expect them to play. Obviously, Maddison's not there. Kulu's in. How much do we need to see a good performance, a disciplined performance from Basuma and Bentancur? I.e., let's not go wandering and leave gaps in the middle. How important is that tonight?
Very important. As long as they play to their strengths as well, because I'm so fed up of people slamming Basuma when we all know he's being played out of position. He proved it last week when he played where his position is and how well he played it. With Bentancur, those two, I've been screaming 4-2-3-1 all season, but nothing ever gets done. And then when it looks like you need something done, Ange changes the system in Europe just to try and get the job done. Now, first 15, 20 minutes of this game has to be nothing silly, no silly cards, no silly fouls around the edge of the area. Try and contain them, keep them as high up the pitch as possible, and then just see where we go from there.
Yeah,
but all you need is one ball over the top and we're done again, like we always are.
I can't see that we play like that tonight. I think that would be suicide. If we start seeing high lines, I think that would be suicide. But Dan, I always think that Basuma looks better when he plays along Bentancur.
Yes.
This time last week they played well together. Then at the weekend he's alongside a very different player in Papa Sarr. What are you expecting from Bentancur and Basuma tonight in the midfield?
I'm hoping they do with what I said with Bentancur, and let's keep him a bit deeper and basically keep him as the deep line playmaker to an extent. And he can definitely pull off a DM role better than Basuma can. So as long as they at least do a double pivot, at least, or you have it as set as Basuma's going to be your box-to-box man and have Bentancur slip a bit deeper, basically as your DM deep line playmaker when he needs to be. Apart from him and Porro, I think they're the only two good direct passers of the ball, basically. Porro better with a long ball, and I think Bentancur is probably on that pitch. He's probably the best passer of the ball. And
I completely agree. But would you agree with Matty K, who didn't know who Berg was, but that we need to have a man-to-man job on Patrick Berg? Because for any Spurs fans that don't or haven't seen Bodo play, Patrick Berg is their guy. He is their captain. He's their best player. And he is the guy that sort of sits at the bottom of the base for them in midfield, Dan. And he is the one that dictates and pulls strings. So I expect to see a better Bodo Glimt tonight than what we saw last week, which means I need to see a better Tottenham.
Oh, significantly, because they're going to have about 4 or 5 of their players back, aren't they? I mean, the only one on my team that shocked us a little bit is I wasn't expecting Richarlison to start. I was thinking he was going to put Tell out there personally. But the rest of it is pretty much the team we said he'd pick. The only other difference I'd have had on there is Spence instead of a Dogie.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at my man Matt. And it's funny all year. Angie's great. Give him 3 years. Now all of a sudden, because Madders isn't playing, we're now underdogs. I love this. How on earth are the tournament favourites underdogs against Bodo Glimt? Have a day off. Come on, let's have a day off. I'm not doing this.
Everybody loves an underdog story. Roy of the Rovers.
Listen,
Eugene.
listen. You can have underdog. You can call us underdogs, but I think that is the most disingenuous thing. Listen, it's going to be tough. They're a good team at home, but underdogs. This squad was put together for about 400 million quid. I doubt Bodo have ever spent more than £5 million on a footballer. I might be wrong there. I should probably check that out.
I
Eugene,
agree.
welcome to the show.
Hey, Saba. Thanks for having me on. Can you guys hear me? Clear?
Always, man. Yeah, we've got you.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Thanks. No, I'm just coming, right? Because the last time when we were doing this, I was positively deluded and we won. So we have to keep that up, right, Saba? Right? I know. I'm Asian. Right? I'm superstitious like shit. So all I got to say is, right?
I'm going to ask you, Eugene. I've got to ask one question. You got the same pants on from last week where we won. If you're so superstitious.
Yeah. And the same jersey, haven't changed anything yet. So we're keeping all as the same as it is.
just say before you go, Eugene. I just want to put this out there, right? In the summer, does anyone want to have a guess how much money Bodo Glimt spent in the transfer market? Have a guess.
200 grand.
200 grand?
50 grand?
Zero.
So Bodo Glimt in the transfer market spent 6.99 million euros. The most expensive player they bought was 3.5 million. And they sold, they made 18 million euros in revenue. So they 12 million net. I mean, the year before that, they spent 7 million euros. The year before that, 15. I mean, look. Oh, okay. So over the last 4 summers, they've spent less than £40 million in the last 4 summers. We spent £40 million on Archie Gray. No one is allowed to use the word underdogs. No. Rant over.
Who's the underdog? Are we the underdog or Bodo's underdog?
Apparently, we've got people saying Spurs are the underdogs.
What world are they living in?
Oh, fairy tales, my man.
Our stadium, right? It's 2.5 times their population of their town.
I think one of our players is probably on the combined of their whole team for a season, you know. Probably what? Looking at Sonny, it's probably on a whole team plus the coaching staff's wages.
I'm just going to check their wages out. I think this could be quite a funny. Bodo Glimt, listen to this. Their weekly salary for their entire squad, right? Is 134,000 euros.
That's Son.
Right?
Son with a bit more added.
Wow.
That means their yearly salary is just over 7 million euros.
I mean, have you seen how much they just put Bergville's up to? They just gave him 6 years. What is it? They said 330% extra on his wages. He's now on something like 85, 90 grand a week.
I don't think players should be paid that money until they prove themselves. I think they should get a job at Tesco stacking shelves until they prove themselves.
I think he's deserved an up in his contract, but that's just going too far, if you ask me. That's mental.
Well, look, it makes him happy because he's got more money, and it means that when we sell him, people have got to pay more for him, right? Let's be fair. That's how I look at contracts now. When people go, "Oh, he's with us for another 8 years or whatever," no, they're not. They've got. It means that Levy and Co and all chairmen do it are going to make more money. But Eugene, there's no excuses to. I mean, listen, I'm not saying to win tonight, but to qualify, there's no excuses, are there, for not qualifying to the final now?
To tell the truth, right? I'm going to be positively deluded. I told you, right? Of course, there's no excuses, right? We are way much better than this team and squad and whatever they are, right? And so that's why I think, right, if we go over there and we do play and the players do show up, right, we will be able to get through. I believe we're going to win. I said we're going to win 4-2, right? Give them 1 or 2 goals, right? Since they're at home, we're going to smash them. You know, that's what I believe, and I have to believe until it's otherwise. That's
I
what
love talking to you, dude. I really do love talking to you. You always put a positive smile on everything. We could be losing 9-0,
right?
and you'd be like, "Yeah, don't worry, next week,
We
guys."
have to.
I love
No,
it.
he doesn't.
We have to. It's
What are
come
you
on.
talking
It's
about,
the
Corey?
semi-finals of a Europa League. We have not been in a semi-finals since 2000. Sorry,
2019.
2020. 2020 or 2021. That was with Jose in the Carabao Cup or the League Cup, right? But in Europe since 2019, it's been 6 years we haven't reached this. I want all the fans to absorb it, enjoy it, right, and be positive, right? Put out that positive energy. You get what I'm saying? Put up all the positive energy. Forget about whatever has happened, right? Just go there and give the boys, right? Tell them they have to show up. That's all. I want the boys to show up because I believe, right, if they show up, right, they are very much better than what we see in the league. Because most of the time in the league, they don't show up. I've been seeing that all the while. So whatever I'm going to go through now is that today, right, if we get through, I want to get through with a positive stance that we don't lose to them. At least we will beat them. You know, like Sava say, 2-1 Spurs. All the way. I say 4-2 Spurs all the way, guys. Positive. That's how we be positive.
If
Send
we
out the
score
positive vibes
more
around
than
the
4
world.
goals, I'm saying this now, there's got to be a forfeit for me. But if we score more than 4 goals tonight, something has to be done. And Matty would probably pull me up. I owe him a forfeit. I still owe Brian a forfeit. So
I'll tell you what, though, that is when you look at that. Hang on, I've lost one of my dogs. Where's? Oh. Anyway, 7 million euros salary per year for the entire squad is utterly crazy. You think we're paying? I reckon Timo Werner gets paid more than that on his own, doesn't he?
Yes,
he must do. He's on 165 grand a week. So Timo Werner earns more than the entire Bodo squad. That is.
I mean, that's nearly 700k, 600k a month. Just Werner.
Yep.
Just Werner.
It's mad. That is absolutely mad. But listen, look, there's been a lot of conversation about our wingers, about our wide men, and what we're seeing is Odegaard and Tell seem to be playing in these league games, which apparently don't matter. But when it's coming to Europe, he's going for Richie on the left and Brennan Johnson on the right. That front three, by the way, is what, 60 million for Solanke, 55, 60 million for Richarlison, and just under 50 million for Brennan Johnson. So quick maths tells me that we're looking at what, 160, 170 quid, depending on bonuses. I mean, if they can't fire goals in past this level of team, then we are in shit creek, aren't we?
Especially players like our certain striker, Solanke, 60 million. Nowhere near 60 million, that boy. But we paid the British tax, didn't we? So one good season, Solanke, 60 mil.
That's the same as anyone when you buy them from England, though, and they're English, isn't it? Or even British, even sort of thing. You can expect an extra 30% on the price straight away. And that's just... And then they wonder why people look abroad, basically.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a lot of money out there, and then even when you look at the midfield, look, Kulu wasn't cheap, Basuma. Let's be fair, we got Basuma for 25 million because he had 1 year left on his contract. There's enough talent out there, guys, that I don't want to be sitting here squeaky bum with 10 minutes to go. I don't want to be sitting here going like we were against Frankfurt, when their right back missed 2 glorious opportunities. I don't want that, guys. I want a solid professional performance where we just dig in and do our jobs. But it's Spurs, right, guys? This tag does follow us around, doesn't it? This is what we are like that, aren't we?
Yeah. Well, we've got two tags, haven't we? We've got Spursy and Dr. Tottenham. So
yeah.
I don't know many teams out there have that many tags when it's going wrong. So
nah, but what I feel like right now, right, this season, right, could be our season, right, to actually get rid of these tags. If we get through this semi-final, go there and beat either Bilbao or Manchester United, right? At least one of those tags will be lift off us. Apart from Spursy Rockets, which I love so much, right?
No, I mean, you've always got to start somewhere, and one is a start. But I still think it would take a good couple of years of winning consistent cups before we lose any sort of tag. Because people would say, if we go and win this, people would say this is a fluke through and through. If we win this competition, people will come down on it like a ton of bricks, basically saying, "Look at the crap you've had to play, literally, bar the final, and the season you've had. It is a complete fluke, but you can still say you got the cup in your hand at the end of the day." And then we go and win nothing for another 5 years. What tag have we lifted?
If we lose, though, are we all blaming Stell? Because he is saying we won't go through. So are we all blaming Stell if we go? If we go through, we're all going to give Stell the ear cup. Are we going to give him the
No. Sava, we have to make a bet with Stell, right? If we win the finals and lift the cup, right, he has to wear another Arsenal jersey live on stream one more time.
You couldn't pay me enough to wear that shite.
Oh, you've got to laugh. Let's have a couple of super chats. Right? Just quickly, let me do some super chats. Big up to Aris, always putting in the super chats. If these guys can put in super chats, by the way, there's just under 800 of you in here, and we've got 260 likes. Guys, that is fucking disgraceful. Please, everybody right now, smash the like button. It's like YouTube gold. It's needed. Please smash that button. As I said, there's 784 people and 263 likes is a little bit embarrassing. Big up to you, Aris. Really appreciate you, my man. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Elmod, who is, of course, in Norway, has said Knutsen, Bodo Glimt's manager, was wanted by Ajax. A lot of people talking about this manager. He's done a really good job. And the job he's done in the European scene the last 3 or 4 years, he's put himself in the market, and that's all you can do. So fair play to him. He does have them well drilled. They are a good passing team. Let's hope tonight, though, that we don't see that.
Is he Norwegian?
Hang on. Let me do the super chats. Hang on. Otherwise, they never get done. 1 second. Rob, Welsh Spur, big up to you. I said a 5-2 aggregate win. Ange out. Levy out. Matt out. I love that. Matt's such a troll now. He's being put into these things. Matt out. Big up to you, Rob. Really appreciate you. And the last super chat for the moment is from Gary Morton Barley. Said, need Vicario at his very best tonight. No errors. Now, guys, let's start on from that. Thank you very much, Gary. And I hope your painting of your wall. But man, Gary's got a massive wall around his house that I reckon his wife told him he had to paint. And it looked like a job that I would just get some friends to do rather than do myself. But good luck to you. Guys, I want to talk about two people who are very important tonight. One of them is Vicario. The other one is Romero. Both senior footballers now, both been around the block long enough. From Vicario, I just don't want to see any silly passing out the back. This is a different pitch. The ball's going to go. The ball's going to zip. I don't want to see anything silly. And Romero, he is our captain tonight, guys. I don't want to see any running into midfield, clattering people for the sake of it. Guys, am I being harsh, or is that fair based on both of their performances?
No, you're being spot on with that. We don't want yellow cards with Romero potentially getting suspended. We'll need him, if we qualify tonight, to play United if United win, which they should do. Vicario has to be wired on as a goalkeeper, especially like I say, I play 2, maybe 3 games a week on football on plastic pitches, and the ball moves differently, a lot differently. It zips, it bounces different, strikes along the floor, it moves quicker. You have to be more alert. So yeah, I mean, this pitch is going to be a test for, you know, the likes of our defence, especially, as well as Vicario and goal. So it has to be a solid performance from those 5 at the back mostly.
Yeah. I believe they have to be sensible. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say, right? Be sensible.
Yeah.
Don't be rash, right? Don't go and give out stupid mistakes, right? Like last night when I was watching PSG against, Arsenal, right? You see was it Donnarumma? Even Donnarumma, right, doesn't play out from the back, right? When he doesn't have to. He hooks the ball off when there's sense of danger. So hopefully this time Vicario knows how to have the sense of danger. And like what Corey is saying is very, very true, right? The adaptability of them being on that plastic pitch, that's one thing that also puts a bit of fear in us. But of course, with our quality, I know, and just been saying we don't train on this and all that, that all could be just a smoke screen for him to throw the Bodo players off. Because what I feel now is, right, you remember, Sabah, you were doing the watch-along, I was doing watch-along, right? I was always asking, when they were 2-0 down, right, they were still like lackadaisical, you know, they weren't urgent to get that goal. Until when we scored a third goal, that's when they came at us, you know, and I was worried when they came at us. And I keep saying, if they come at us, we will concede because our defense is weak, right? Let's hope today we cut out all those mistakes, right, and defend properly, have a sense of mind. And of course, the other part is, right, I'm going to make a move soon, right? And of course, I'm going to shamelessly promote my channel since there are about 600-700 or 800 you guys in the chats, right? Please go over to Spurs TV and subscribe to my channel, right? And join me for the positively deluded watch along, right? There'll be nothing negative said, right? I'm not sure anybody went and watched the last game.
Stop stating viewers.
Even we make mistakes, we are clapping them and we said, good try, right? It's going to be positively deluded again tonight. Guys, Sabah, thanks for having me on, right? Guys, to tell the truth, right? What we have to do now is that it doesn't matter whether we're there, here. I'm in Malaysia now. It's going to be 3 a.m. when the games kicks off, right? And I'm sure a lot of Malaysian Spurs fans, Asian Spurs fans, Eva Man from Hong Kong, she's in your chats too, Sava, right? She's from Hong Kong. She joins my watch-alongs, right? We are all supporting Spurs. We're all giving out the positive energy. And let's get through this hurdle and get to the final and smash Manchester United when we get there. All right, Sava. Dan, Corey, we'll catch up later.
Seeing you, my man.
Take care, bye. I'll catch up with
you.
you.
Take care, mate. See you later. Right. Guys, let me ask. Corey, Dan, is anyone surprised if we get to the final? Is anyone surprised?
The season we've had, yes.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. If you look at the season, yeah. But if you remember, go back at the very start of the season, I said Ange can win a cup this year. He can do it because with the way he plays football, you can win a cup. There is no chance in hell it's working over 38 games because you can win a cup with a bit of luck with who you're drawn with, a bit of luck in a game, just having one magic moment in a game or two. England is your prime example of that. I always said he has a capability of winning a cup, same as any manager anywhere. Yes. If we go and basically win this.
Even if we lose and go through, please sack him.
You know what I mean? It's just every which way about it. I mean, obviously, I want us to win. I want us to go through. I'm over the moon. I'm happy, yeah? But even if we go and do that, literally every other club on this planet is just going to look down at us and just think, you lucky, dirty bastards. How did you pull that off, finishing 16th, win the Europa and get in the Champions League? And I think you're going to see Arsenal fans out there, along with Man U and a few others, feeling sick as a pig, basically. It's just...
Yeah, listen, it will be the great escape. But Corey, you're surprised to get to a final?
Yeah, well, the 2 years that Ange has been here, I've been surprised he's lasted this long. I've literally been this manager's massive disliked fan of the 2 years he's been here. Day one, didn't want him. And
you think Stell should do a forfeit if we go through? Is that right?
If we go through, I'll travel up to London and do a forfeit myself with Stell.
Yeah, you know what? You bloody will do a forfeit because look, I've got some evidence here of you saying
we're not going to win this.
I said to Matty, we have to win that first.
You said the thing is, once we come across a team with quality with Ange, we won't do it. If we make the final, I will do a second forfeit, but don't hold your breath. Everyone in the chat right now.
Oh dear.
What should
Shit.
Corey's forfeit be when we go
Oh,
through
dear.
tonight?
Oh,
By the way, football shirts don't fit me. I'm a big guy, so putting
That's
an
all
Arsenal
right.
or a Palace shirt on.
There we go.
a flag will do.
I will
flag
do
will
a
the
second
job.
forfeit, but don't hold your breath. Well, we're 90 minutes away, 120 minutes away, maybe from
I forgot
you.
to add when we win it.
Yeah. What forfeit should he have to do, Dan?
Okay. Well, you say you're a big guy, so you can't do a shirt. That's not a problem. That's irrelevant. Yeah.
I'm
That's
not getting an
flags are
Arsenal or a
for.
Palace tattoo. Nah.
Obviously, you're not going to do that. I mean, I wouldn't do that. I mean,
Come on, chat.
But-
Give us some ideas.
go get a nice big Arsenal flag, and that's got to stay on your wall for 3 months.
Oh, no.
Instead of where time for changes for Tottenham,
I
want
expect
that
the flag
whole
3
wall-
times the size of that.
Yeah.
So
I'll tell you what.
where's the single dad with no money meant to get a big flag from?
I'll get you the flag,
Oh,
Corey.
don't worry, I'll go arms with Sava and get you the flag.
Yeah, there you
mate.
go.
The flag will take up
Corey.
your fucking wall.
Do you agree right now? If Spurs get to the final, you will put the flag Dan and I sent to you on that wall for the whole of the summer transfer window.
Or
We
There's
have
another one-
to win
there's
it
another
first.
one as well. There's another one as well. If you go to Beth E 1937.
God.
Now,
Bethy,
this one-
1937. Where are you, Beth? Bethy is in the better half of your household.
That's correct.
There we go. The chili chip challenge.
Seeing as I eat ghost chilies like they're nothing, yeah, that's
Right.
nothing to me.
Arsenal flag it is then.
Right. No.
You silly boy.
No. Ghost chilies are a minor, mate. Ghost chilies are a minor. I've ate them. They are a minor.
What,
Yeah,
next to
or you've
ghost
got to go
chilies?
to the next protest with an I Love Levy t-shirt on.
Oh no, I can't do that when I've been to show my face at both of the protests. I can't do that.
Right, so which one's it going to be? You listen, this is why when people write things, it's there, it's evidence.
Receipts. Someone hacked my
Receipts.
phone. Yeah, someone hacked my phone.
I mean, I'm all for him sitting there. He says he can hack it. Sit there. I'll buy the thing for him so it gets sent to his house and that, and he has to do that chili chip challenge. I don't know if any of you have ever watched that.
Chili chip or the flag. I'll do both.
I love it.
Okay.
Throw away everything that is purple in your house.
And
It's-
tell you what, and what I'll do is you do that
Purple.
chili chip challenge. Is every minute you manage to keep a straight face, I'll stick a 10 at a charity.
All right.
Yeah? Which one is it? Flag or the chilies?
Why not? I'll do both. Screw it. If we win, I'll do both. If we win the trophy, I'll do both.
No. Let me remind you. No. You can read. No. If we make the final, I will do a second forfeit. Don't you try and get out of this one, mate. And you've got Matty K to thanks for sending that through to me.
Oh, that little dude's a little ledge.
Little
I tell you
Matty
what, I like
K,
little Matty a lot. I do
Oh,
like Matty a
little
lot.
Matty
He's a little
K.
legend. But he's going to fucking make me regret this shit, isn't he?
Little Matty K. Or what you have to do is go to the school where Matty K is sitting his maths GCSEs tomorrow and run around the school hall with a I Love Arsenal flag while all the kids are doing their exams.
In a Tottenham shirt.
See how quick you get arrested. I've just realised. Right,
Yeah.
which one?
Good one.
Which one is it? Are we doing the chilies or are you doing the flag if we make the final tonight?
Right. We make the final. I'll get a flag. If we win it, I'll eat the chips as well.
Okay.
Oh, hang on. Beth's disclosing some information here. Been begging Dan to do it. Dan, are you not a chili guy?
Oh, mate, if you look, when I used to cook my stuff, just to cut a long story short, I used to get crystals basically that big off the internet, and they were 13.5 million on the heat scale.
Nice.
Yeah. And when you used to cook up a big bit of chicken like that, you'd literally just take a crumb off of it and put it on the chicken and let it cook. And the rule used to be when my mates used to come round to watch the football or the boxing and that, you have to eat a piece of my chicken. That.
Well, there used to be this burger place in Brighton called Burger Off, and there was this burger that used to have to sign a disclaimer for. and there's only one of 3 people in Brighton, myself included, that actually managed to do this burger challenge with this Ghost Reaper sauce in. So, yeah, I'm game for the chips and I'm game for the flag. There you go.
Right, both. There you go, both. You've seen it here, guys. 742 of you have witnessed this, even though only 350 of you have smashed the like button. Witness this, that when Spurs make the final in the next few days,
Bodo.
we will sort out the flag and getting the chilies through to you. And listen, he's going to be the only Spurs fan sitting there going, go on, Bodo, grab a goal, grab a goal, grab a goal, grab a second.
We could score 3, you bastards.
Yeah. There he is. Look, no shame from little Matty K. Here we go. So, what's your forfeit for Slate and Ange? Sorry, my forfeit for Ange beating teams like Elfsborg, Bodo Glimt, and AZ Alkmaar.
Don't forget.
Yeah, you're all right, mate. Yeah, you're all right, mate. What's your forfeit, Matt, for telling us that it was all about the injuries and when they came back, we'd finish in the top half, probably still 8th? What's your forfeit for being wrong on?
And also telling us at the start of the season we'd be fighting for a top 3 place and fighting for the title.
But what's your forfeit, Matt? This is what I like. What's your forfeit? I love it.
I've got a forfeit for him. He has to wear an Arsenal shirt, walk up to the nearest Tottenham fan and French kiss him.
Oh, all right.
There you go.
That's a bit deep. He is only 15.
Oh, I didn't know that. My bad. I'm going to jail. I'm going.
Bobby Andrews.
I'll go wait at the
Bobby
door
Andrews
now.
said he has to run. He just ran 10K. If we win the final, he has to run a marathon with a full Arsenal kit on.
No, I don't fit the football tops.
We can get around that. That's not an issue. There's not an
lose
issue.
another 3 stone, I guess.
Just quickly, I want to ask you guys. I want to ask everyone in. I mean, the top 5 rappers of all time. What are we doing here? What do you mean? I ain't got time to sit here and think about the top 5 rappers of all time. That's for another stream.
Rappers.
I want to ask
Are
you
we
two.
talking what? Chocolate rappers.
Hang on.
There's
I want to
Mars
ask you
bar
two.
stickers.
Hang on. I'm trying to bring this back to football. I want to ask you two and everyone in the chat. I've seen the Athletic Bilbao team, and it almost looks like they've thrown in the towel, guys. Is anyone giving Bilbao any chance, or are we literally saying the winner of tonight plays Man United?
Basically, surely it's got to be. And if it's a team like you've just said, I haven't looked at it myself, then I don't see Man U screwing that up.
Unless Onana has one of his lovely games of calamitous goalkeeping.
You know what? The thing is with him,
I can't see it.
He was quality at Inter Milan. Really good goalkeeper. Really, really good. They didn't want to let him go, but they had to let him go because they needed the money, same as nearly every team in Italy. He's come to England. He has just gone to shot, mate. Is that to do with
really good in Italy? I thought he was really
excellent
good in Italy,
at Inter Milan. He was brilliant at Inter Milan. He
Was
really
he also let go because of the whole drug scandal thing that he got the suspension from? Or was that
that was
Ajax?
That was all blown over, basically, because it weren't nothing deep, if you get what I mean. But they had to make a picture of him as such. When he was at Inter Milan, he was a quality keeper. He really was good. So does that say something about a goalkeeper can only be as good as his defence? But some of the mistakes he's made this season, you're like, wow. He was considered one of the top 5 keepers on the planet.
He's made some horrendous errors. I'll be honest, when he first signed for Man United, I was like, yeah, I've seen him play a number of times, always looked good. He looks a listen, I'm not going to say confidence only, but he just looks a shadow of the goalkeeper I saw before.
I saw him play at Inter Milan excess of 25 games, easy, and he was a solid goalkeeper. I mean, look at the game they had against Inter as well. I mean, that they had against Man City. He was a quality keeper out there. I mean, really good. He just come over here and then literally after about 5 games just felt a shit. I don't think I've actually seen a keeper go from that level to that level that quickly, basically. But is that where you can talk about a goalkeeper can only be as good as his defence? Because Man U's defence is not good.
No,
look, at the end of the day, I can't see United throwing it away from this stage. And look, there's loads of talk about. David Bentley's in the studio. There's loads of talk about. Obviously, if we get Man United in the final, we've beat that. You got those that are talking about beating them 3 times already this season. You got those that are saying, "Well, it's Man United to get over the line. They always seem to scam a trophy." And where are you boys at with this? Where? By the way, this stadium is now that they've panned to the stadium, it is fucking tiny. It looks like Dan. Have you ever been down to Dartford?
What do you mean? I've ever been down to Dartford? This is where I started clubbing, for God's sake.
No, the stadium, you donut.
Yeah, I know where you mean. Yeah.
Looks like someone's taking a dog for a walk around the outside of the game of football's going on.
That looks more like, you say Dartford Stadium, that looks more like Dartford Heath.
It's just a load of borrowed fold-up seats from all the boys around the outside, isn't it?
Do you know what, Bobby? The shame of it is when people always say that negativity sells. When we win games, it's strange how less people come into the stream. When we lose, loads of people come into the stream. I can't help that, right? But like, look at Lee Gunner last night. At one point, Lee Gunner had something like 13,000 watching him live. And I looked this morning and he was still going live and he'd done like 263,000 views in the one stream. Like, for anyone who doesn't do YouTube, I couldn't even begin to tell you how much money that is. How many of those people are watching an advert every 6 minutes?
Unless they've got premium.
Yeah, but even if they're watching the premium, you've got to learn how YouTube works. The YouTuber still gets paid on that. So, God, it would be up to 300,000 views. Like, absolutely crazy. Now, Lee will probably acknowledge himself. If Arsenal had gone through, he probably still would have had loads. Don't get me wrong. But it wouldn't have been 13,500 at any point. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And that's the funny thing about YouTube for me. I'd like to think that if we win, loads of people would still come in. But when we lose, loads just do come in. Plus, at one point, he had 99 super chats to read out. Like, he just that geezer is laughing.
I mean,
absolutely
you do
laughing.
Not, especially with Spurs anyway, you do not get to the top on YouTube by being a toxic, negative YouTuber. Not with Tottenham, you don't. You get a lot more likes, a lot more subscribes, a lot more watches when you're a toxic, positive fan, in my opinion.
Who's the biggest 2 Spurs channels?
What is it? We Are Tottenham TV, innit?
Yeah,
and probably Expressions.
I was going to say,
yeah. See, I don't count Expressions as a Spurs. Like, he's a Spurs fan.
More of a show. More of a show.
Yeah, he's a show.
Okay,
like,
I get it.
For me, Chris Cowling and We Are Tottenham TV.
Yeah.
Got no problem with any of them, by the way. But for anyone that tells me negativity sells, if that's the case, why is my channel not bigger than Chris Cowling's?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If I'm perceived to be negative, why is my channel not as big as Chris Cowling's?
You're not negative when you're thinking with your head. Like, you know,
of course.
You've got this thing in your head called a brain. You use it to think. You've got these things in your head called eyes. You can do the eye check as well as think. Then you've got the verbal side of it, being able to articulate what you're saying on the internet. It's an opinion. This is our view on football. And you've got 3 people here talking to nearly 800 people, and their views are pretty much the same on the club and how it's run day to day.
I do find it strange, and I get that. I get that thrown at me a lot. And my automatic thing to people is they really don't understand how it works. A lot of the big channels are very, very positive. Like, toxically, we could lose 10 games in a row and they'll still be saying, I mean, look at Sim. I love Sim, by the way, before anyone tries to create some sort of beef. Sim watched us lose game after game after game after game after game. Just went, yeah, I really like Ange. Not his fault, blah, blah, blah. And that's what sells. It's not that. It's not the negativity, apparently. Oh God, look, see, Phil Coys. This is why he's a troll. Look, Matt here, look at this. Look at the status. Matt says, Savvy, you talk a lot of sense. Sometimes your agendas cloud your opinions. And then Phil Coys. This is why I think Phil's a fucking idiot as well. No offense. I'll call it as it is. Oh, I agree with that, Matt. What one of my opinions has been clouded by my hate for Ange? Why do I hate Ange? Is it because he's done a fucking shit job? Could it be that?
They should be directing at me. I've hated the guy from day one. Come on. I've hated him from day one, people. Come on.
I mean,
come on.
Like you know, hate is a word I don't use. It's not in my dictionary. If you hate something, then for me, it's got in your head too much. If you hate someone, then they've got in your head too much and they're definitely winning the show. That's just how I look at it. Do I like this manager? No, I don't. I think he's a crap manager. He might even be a good laugh to sit down and have a beer with, whatever else. He comes across like quite an arrogant bastard when he's standing on there and talking and that. Is there wrong with a person having confidence in them and saying, I'm going to do it my way? No. But when it's not working, it takes more of a man, I think, to step back, put his hands up and say, right, I need to fix the problem. And I don't think he's got that to him. So whether he's a top fella, whether he's a top... I really don't care about his personality. As long as he gets the job done, that's all I'm bothered about. Same as the footballers. And he just don't... He can't... He's out his bruv. He's out of his league. Simple as that.
Fish out of his depth.
Absolutely.
I love that word prick at the end there.
Which is why people like Bodo, teams like Elfsborg, I fully expect Ange to be beating those teams. I do. Yes, I do. So when people are going, what's my forfeit? My forfeit for what? For us beating Bodo Glimt, whose entire salary for the year is less than Timo Werner's. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, nah.
I mean, look, Graham Potter, I think he's a better manager than he gets credit for, but I don't think he's a great manager at all. Even him at Spurs, I would have expected him to beat basically every team that we've beat in Europe, basically. I mean, come on, even if you put us on the sideline there, some of those teams that we have beaten in Europe, for a club of our size and caliber,
a personal grudge. Oh, do you know what? I'm just going to stick this guy in a timeout for a little bit. I don't have a personal grudge. I'm a Spurs fan. I want the best for my football club. And I've got fucking dickheads telling me, you've got a grudge. You've got a grudge against it. Why would I? Like, it's like when people go...
I've just got to add something to that. Literally, you've got your one brain cell with that half a neuron firing up the captain of your brain chip with that 10-watt light bulb in your head, Matt. I'm not being disrespectful here, man, but do you understand football and tactics? Seriously, man.
The other point of it is the point. It's like when people say that I've got an agenda or I hate Son. No, I don't. I think Son's been an excellent player for us. Loved him to bits as a good player and that, but I think he's past his sell-by date and it's time that we sell him. Why? Because that is how it works in the world if you want to get to the top. Whether people like to admit it or not, in football, the world, whatever, to get to the top, it is a dog-eat-dog world. And you don't get up to the top through being nice. And my attitude is with him, we should have sold him 2 years ago because you could see he was slowly coming on the way down when we could still got 50 mil for him. Yeah? That is what a real
2
big
years ago, we would have got a lot more than that, Dan.
Well, you get what I'm saying, though, yeah? 2 years ago, we'd have got 50 plus for him still, yeah?
Sure.
We should have got rid of him then and then brought in, depending on our scouting system, obviously what we bring in with that, which we'd have probably screwed up anyway. But my point is, it's not a vendetta or a hate or a nothing. It's just I don't support Heung-min Son FC. I support Tottenham Hotspur FC. I don't support Ange Postecoglou FC. So I really don't have much emotion or care for the players or manager when they're not performing. Baked potato, mate. See you later. I want the next one in who's going to do the job proper. It's nothing personal, but this fan base is too emotional. It's too sentimental. But he's done brilliant for 9 years. We can't let him go. We can't let him go. Well, then enjoy having a player that is on the way down and cannot stand up to the same standards that he did.
And then also we've sat here as Spurs fans and seen better managers with better winning mentality and CVs sacked for less.
For sure.
Conte, I mean, Jose.
That is raining there as well. You seeing that on the TV? That is hardcore pissing down there as well.
Yeah, and there is
on a plastic pitch, that ball is going to skip.
There's a lot of fireworks at the moment. Right, let's have a look at big up. This guy's got a great name as well, Krista Scorpion Nyland. I mean, you've got to be a wrestler with that name. Said final or sack tonight. Absolutely. There is no other outcome. There is no other outcome for this manager. Final or sacked. Very nervous tonight, but I think we will make it. I agree with you, mate, as well. Big up to you, Krista. We're in complete agreement with each other. Thank you very much. And NSG, big up, Ennis, with a picture of Alf. And if you're old enough, you'll know who Alf is. Said, I don't trust you, Sava, till you take the lie detector test. I love how far football YouTube has gone, that people who have supported their club for 40 years have to take a lie detector test. I think it's fucking brilliant. Big up to you, NSG. Really appreciate you. Guys and girls, the game is going to kick off in 4 minutes. Last chance for anybody to get their score predictions in as the players are in the tunnel. Danny, score prediction.
I'm going to go 2-1 Spurs.
2-1 Spurs. Like it, Corey.
Due to the forfeit, 3-0 Bodo. No, I want Spurs to win. I want Spurs to win. Sorry. I don't care if I have to do a forfeit. I do forfeits all the time. I lost a forfeit to my dad the other week and sat there and ate a ghost chili in front of him.
I need a score.
3-0 Spurs.
3-0 Spurs, 2-1 Spurs from Danny. I'm going to go with, I still think it's going to be 2-2 or 2-1 to them. I still think that everything about this just screams Spursy. And I do think we're going to go through, but looking at the just everything just worries me. Guys, you're more than welcome to stick around as long as you've got a stream that is in time with mine. You're more than welcome.
Yeah. I don't know
stick around.
If my stream's in time, then I'll pop back on. All right, then catch up with you.
Yeah. All right, guys.
We're
not
just coming out the tunnel now.
I'll tell you what, guys. Both jump back on at half time, and I'll see you then. And I'll do the rest from here.
Take it easy.
Take care, guys. See you later. Big up to everyone in the chat. Before we start, there's still well over 630 of you in here. Smash that subscribe button. The link I'm putting in right now. If you haven't subscribed, please do share the love. Whether you like me, hate me, or indifferent, you're still watching. So smash that subscribe button and help a brother out. And smash that like button. We should have 500. We got 425. We'll get the teams for you in a second. Just going to, as you all know what I do. Hang on. Who's in? Oh, Stewie is in the garden, setting off the alarm. I'm just going to double check the timer. The game has not started. Do not worry. The game has not started. The game has not started. So, Bodo, Hakin in goal, Schoveld, Mo, Gunderson and Bjorkan, Saltness, Berg and Evgen with Blumberg, Hogg and Haig up top. So, their three better players have all come straight back into the team here tonight. So, this should be interesting. The Tottenham team, as it goes onto the screen, I don't need the screen to do it. It's Vicario in goal. Pedro Porro at right back, Van der Ven and Romero at centre half, with Destiny Udogie at left back, a midfield of Bentancur, Basuma and Dejan Kulusevski, with Brennan Johnson on the right, Solanke through the middle, and Richarlison to the left. Hang on, I'm just going to position my chair this way. I've broken this light 3 times in the last 24 hours as Romero goes into the centre circle to do the flipping of the coin. Need a big game from him tonight. The dream scenario for all of us, isn't it? Grab that early goal. That's the dream scenario. Grab that early goal. Put all of these doubts to bed, and let's just get on with it. You know what I mean? Big up to Seals Diamonds to smash the likes, and let's start the super stickers. Super sticker time. Just kidding. That was very generous the other day. Thank you very much. And thank you very much, Seals Diamond. Basically, if everyone in here stuck in a super sticker, we'd make over £500 in 5 minutes. Big up to each and every one of you. So the Tottenham players are in a huddle. And very generous, by the way, Seals Diamond. Thank you very much. Mikey Moore is on the bench. Mikey Moore is on the bench tonight. So the Bodo players just doing their last bits of jogging, backing across the pitch. Romero now is going to jog back to the centre-half position. And it's in a game I feel we should be getting through. We're playing Bodo Glimt. Let's remember that. Big up Mark Taylor with a super sticker. What a guy. What a generous, generous guy. big up to you, as I can confirm that Stanley has farted. There you go. That's the last thing I'm going to say before the game starts. Stanley has farted. Wow, Stanley. Wow. The game is going to be kicked off by Bodo. And I'll start the timer when the game kicks off. Biggest game in their club's history, I would guess. Come on, Spurs. Just professional. It's all we need. And we're off and underway. We are off and underway for what is the biggest game of our season. As Bodo win a throw-in down on the left-hand side. This is going to be an interesting game, people. This is going to be an interesting game. Big up to Mark Taylor for that super sticker. Big up to Glenn Cornwall. Thank you very much. He's chucking in super stickers as well. Big up to you. Nothing silly, Spurs. Let's keep it nice and solid for the first 10, 15 minutes. You saying Moore is not on the bench? I'm sure I just saw on the Spurs team, on the official Spurs website, it's saying that he's on the bench. I think he is there, mate. I think he is there. Here's Kulusevski. Plays the ball off the Bodo defender for a throw-in. A nice early goal. Settles down everything, doesn't it? Big up D&B forever as well with a super sticker. Thank you very much, buddy. Really, really, really appreciate you. Thank you very much. What a great guy. Always, always with the super stickers. Big up to you. Thank you very much. So it is a throw-in taken by Spurs. Cleared easily by Bodo, only as far as Basuma. And now Pedro Porro will see the ball out for a throw-in to Tottenham. Been a bit bitty so far, the first 1.5 minutes. Very bitty. So here's Brennan Johnson. But that's cleared only as far. Hang on, here's Richie in nice and early. His shot sort of blocked. It was bobbled up off the defender and then cleared from the middle of the pitch. I think neither team have really kind of settled here, getting the ball down and playing. Yeah, I kind of, yeah. The Spurs fans in Norway look absolutely drenched as Richarlison's control is absolutely dreadful and the ball goes out for a throw-in to Tottenham, to Bodo, sorry, on the right-hand side opposite the penalty area in their own half. There's Bentancur back to Van der Ven. He plays back to Vicario, who sweeps the ball down the pitch. Header won by the Bodo defender. And now Patrick Berg can bring the ball out. So Patrick Berg is their conductor in chief. Here he is. Gets the return ball. This time goes back to the centre half. Bodo just playing it about across the back. Spurs are pressing. At the moment, Bodo have got out of the back. As then the ball is driven forward, but given away. Bentancur can lay that off now to Mickey van der Ven, who's going to drive forward, and the ball goes out for a throw into Bodo. A lot of throw-ins early doors, a lot of throw-ins. So the ball's played down the line, but the assistant referee said the ball went out, and it's a throw-in to Spurs. So not really a lot to report here so far. The first 4 minutes gone. Looks very bleak, doesn't it? Very bleak there. As Bodo play the ball across the back. They're struggling to get out of their half at the moment. We're pressing well. Be interesting to see how long that goes on for. But Now they're driving the ball across the edge of their own box. Oh, God, let's get rid of that troll immediately. There we go. Caught that one nice and early. Now they're driving down our left-hand side. There's a good ball down on the through to the middle of the pitch here. There's the ball clipped in, but it's not a good ball and straight into the arms of Vicario, who you can't miss tonight. He's in bright orange. And now Destiny Adogi plays it down the line to Richarlison. He's going to try and turn and go play it down the line, but he's played it to absolutely no one. That was poor from Richarlison there. And now Mo can play it back to the goalkeeper, who this time plays it out wide to the left back. He's going to drive into midfield. No, instead he goes back to the goalkeeper. Very subdued by both teams at the moment. No one's really got their foot on the ball here and tried to play. But now the centre half's going to drive out the back. And now Bodo are going to try and attack down our left-hand side. But this ball's going to go. At the moment, Bodo just starting to string a few passes together. Not going anywhere, though. Now they've got the ball, Bodo, at the right back area. They've gone down the line. This ball's going to go into Patrick Berg. He lays it back in. You watch how many times Patrick Berg touches the ball tonight. Nearly everything they do goes through that man. So here's Bodo with the ball again on the halfway line. It's time. Patience is the name of the game, I think, for both teams here tonight, if we're going to be brutally honest. There's the ball played up to the forward. He's laid it off to the left winger. And now Bodo have got a couple of players in the box, but Spurs have got players back. Now they're driving into the box and the cross goes over and it's going to be a corner kick for Bodo Glimt. So it was Haig who was running through on the left-hand side. There was a little bit of space there, and we know what Spurs are like on our left-hand side. And Patrick Berg's going to go out to take the corner kick. It's going to be right-footed, whipped in from the left, so it's going to be an in-swinger. Berg whips it in. It's gone all the way through the volley into the side netting. So I've got to be careful there, Spurs. Got to be careful there. He was all alone. No one was marking him. And a poor finish in the end. No one went with him. I don't know if that was Brennan Johnson's man, because Brennan Johnson was, I don't know, whoever, really poor from Spurs in the box there. Just left him all alone. Just left him all alone. And now Vicario takes the goal kick. Adogi can flick that on, but again, Spurs have been pretty poor here with a passing forward. It's a couple of times now the ball's just been played straight out. And Bodo again. Bodo just starting to, I don't like the word dominate, just starting to dominate possession, should we say. As they're playing it now across the back again. They're very patient in their passing. We saw at White Hart Lane, they're a good passing team. Now they're going to try and run down the line. This time it's run out of play. It's going to be a throw-in to Tottenham Hotspur. Big up, Lemmy. I try my best, mate. I do try my best. Thank you very much. I do try my best. So just under 8.5 minutes gone. The one snapshot from Richarlison for us, and then the shot into the side netting for them. Other than that, not really a lot to write home about here. They seem more comfortable on the ball. You would expect that at home. Spurs haven't really got into any sort of possession-based play yet. Throw in down the line to Kulusevski. He then crosses it over, but it's really poor, and Patrick Berg can get this clear. He plays it to the centre half. I like Berg. I think he's a really good player. He's just very cool, calm, collected on the ball. Here he is. This time plays a good ball that way. He's a good player. Really good player. Now Adogi wins the ball, but it falls to the Bodo player, who then pings a crossfield pass. Porro should deal with that. It's gone over to Solanke, but the centre half deals with that. Spurs haven't really got into the game at all here. I haven't got any snacks tonight, actually. Really poor preparation. Haven't got any snacks tonight. Anyway, here's Mickey van der Ven. Yeah, for anyone asking, would I have Berg at Spurs? I would. I think he's a tidy footballer. I like footballers that put their feet on the ball and dictate. I like that. That's my sort of player. Here's Romero at the back. Van der Ven. Into a Dogie. He gives the ball away. I think he's been really poor so far tonight, Dogie. Now, Bodo are going to try and play their way down the left. Now they've gone through the middle. The ball's over the top. This time, a good header by Van der Ven to stop the ball going into the forward. Here's Basuma. Lays the ball out wide to Porro. I think the Dogie's had a really poor start down here at the moment, if we're honest. And the ball is played back to the Bodo Glimt goalkeeper. Tell you what, they're taking a chance, but very well done there at the back. And then the ball into Berg wasn't a good one. And Kulu nicks in, lays it off to a Dogie, who's in a good position on the left-hand side, but really poor ball from a Dogie. I think he's been really poor so far in this opening 10 minutes. Keeps giving the ball away. Now Bodo trying to play it through midfield again. Some really neat interchange there from Bodo. Some really nice passing. They're definitely the better team on the ball here at the moment. But Spurs doing their job, not sitting in defensively, but just waiting for opportunities through the middle. But look how easily we're giving the ball away. Look how easily we're giving this ball away. Someone's got to put their foot on this and slow this down. Like, just too many silly passes. Too many silly passes. Just relax. Just relax. There's a ball by Spurs over the top. Again, look at this. We're awful, aren't we, on the ball? Like, we can't seem to get 4 passes without giving it away. Anyway, here's the Bodo Glimt centre half. He gives the ball away this time. And now a Dogie. Has he got a chance to do something good here on the left-hand side? He crosses and the ball goes out for a corner kick, I think that'll be. God, those fans look cold and wet. Yeah, I feel we'll go through. I think they're a good team, Bodo. I just don't think they've got enough in the locker that they should be beating us by 2 goals in a game. Anyway, a nice early goal here for Spurs would end this completely. Corner kick from Pedro Porro. It is hammering down with rain. Porro whips the ball in, headed on, and then that's gone all the way out for a goal kick. Yeah, Tottenham really haven't got going here, which isn't the end of the world because we are 2 goals up. I wish he would, Simon, if I'm honest. I think so many times when he gets the ball on that left-hand side and I think drive with it or shoot, and he doesn't tend to do anything a lot of the time, you know. Here's Solanke. Gives it to Richie, laid off to a Dogie. Yeah, whoever gets this first goalie and is going to be, it's going to be massive, isn't it? Got to make sure it's us. His Destiny a Dogie. Romero now plays it across to Pedro Porro. Pedro Porro drives a long raking ball looking for Brennan Johnson, but the defender comes over, puts that out for a throw-in. Reezy. Stop. We don't look strong. We haven't done anything yet. Just stop. This is why I just can't stand these people. It's just too much. We look strong. We haven't strung 2 passes together about we look strong. Let's get the first goal, then talk about it. Dan Skyline. I mean, at the moment, we haven't done anything as of yet. We do keep giving the ball away needlessly, but at the moment, they're not really getting in behind. They had a chance from a corner, but other than that, they're not troubling us in the final third. You know, there's the goal. Again, see, a lot of our balls are high and aimless, and this is where we've got to press. Press the keeper here. That's, oh, I thought the keeper had made a mistake, but he hasn't. The ball goes down the line. Good defending from Romero. Yeah, good defending from Romero there. Now the ball's played down the line. That's better. Porro can sweep a ball forward. Now that's good. Into Richarlison. He's got a Dogie coming up on the left-hand side. He lays it off to him. It's a great opportunity. The ball's flashed across the box and there's no one there. It wasn't that was better from Spurs. That was better. Actually getting the overlap, getting in, overlapped, ball across, and there was no one there. There was no one there. Now Spurs have got the ball again at the back. That was better. That was the best move of the game from Spurs. Here's Van der Ven into a Dogie. Ball over the top again. It's just the balls over the top have been really bad. Here's Patrick Berg. Looks up, plays a ball into midfield. That's left now. That really well worked from Bodo now down to the left-hand side. But that's easily going to be dealt with by Bentancur, who then gives it away. Really poor from Bentancur. Now the ball's gone into the forward. I tell you what, Spurs, we're our own worst enemies. Bentancur, that was absolutely horrendous by Bentancur there. Really, really poor from Bentancur. And there's a free kick for Spurs for the foul. Sloppy play again. Really sloppy. Really sloppy. I mean, you know, Bentancur's a seasoned pro. I wouldn't expect to, you know, expect him to be that sloppy 10 yards in front of his own penalty area. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't expect that. But we got away with it. As I said, I don't feel these guys are clinical. Good team, but not clinical. As the ball is won again by the Bodo defender. Now here's Berg. Ball's played down the line. And it's going to be a throw into Bodo on the right-hand side, right on the halfway line. Yeah, not been a great Spurs display so far, but at the moment it's okay. If they score one, then you start worrying about playing like this. So far, John in the chat, I agree. We can't afford to be sloppy. You know, if we let them in, that's what they want, isn't it? They want a goal to let them in. Hang on, there's the ball over the top. That should see itself out. So not been a classic game so far, but the onus is all on them. So goal kick taken by Vicario. Again, honestly, our passing and the balls out from the back have looked awful. Everything's going straight out for throw-ins and giving possession away. There's a ball over the top. Van der Ven will deal with that, and that's the beauty of Van der Ven's pace. Now, down on the right-hand side, here's Pedro Porro. He's lost possession of the ball. The Bodo can, again, it's so poor. It's so poor at the moment. as Berg flicks the ball forward. It's gone down the channel. They've got some bodies over here, but so have we. That's good tracking back by Kulusevski into Solanke. Here's Richarlison. Down the line to Kulu, but Kulu can't run. He cannot run. He can't run. Can't run at all. Khalid, you know what I'm saying? I said they're a decent team. They keep the ball well, some good possession. I said don't think they've got enough threat. Hence why I don't think we're gonna go out. Here's Bodo Glimt playing the ball into the centre forward, laid out. They've played some nice patterns. Anyone says to me, oh, you don't like Ange, so why do you think you're going to win it? Well, this is, we've got to be beating teams like this. Got to be beating teams like this. Here's Richarlison, plays it into Solanke. Solanke, and he's bundled over in a free kick in a very dangerous area. Very dangerous area for Tottenham here. Solanke was bundled over by Berg. So we're about 20, 22 yards out, maybe. And Pedro Porro. All we need is someone to just whip a free kick in. Sorry, nothing's happened, by the way. So I've gone quiet. Nothing's happened. We haven't taken the free kick yet. It's going to be Pedro Porro. If he whips this in, this is the tie over. This team will not get free against us. So the ref's going to blow the whistle. Pedro Porro steps up and it's tipped over the bar. Tipped over the bar there. Good effort from Porro. The keeper should have saved it. Did save it, but yeah, look, it was on target. I think the keeper's got to save it. He does, but good to get the free kick on target and have our first effort on goal. Arsenal just a spicy Spurs. How do I think we do in the Champions League with this manager? Terribly. With another manager, I don't know. So a corner kick for Spurs. Pedro Porro whips it in. Headed down. Everyone's missed it. And then it's cleared by Bodo Glimt in the end. Brennan Johnson should have done better there for me. Should have done better there for me. So now the ball is played back to Vicario, who plays it down the line. Bodo Glimt put it back into the danger area, but Spurs had enough bodies back. And then Bentancur again. Bentancur again. So sloppy. So sloppy again. Anyway, here's Bodo on the halfway line. It's still 0-0 in the other game. Chelsea are also 0-0, by the way. Now the ball gets played into Berg. He lays it back off to the left back. And Bodo just playing about with the ball at the back. The ball is now spread wide to the right back. It's not been a classic, has it? It's not been a classic. But for us, that's fine. The onus is on them. Now they're trying to quicken up the pace a bit, but they always end up going back to their goalkeeper in the centre halves because we're actually pressing quite well in the midfield. Now they're trying to play down the right-hand side. And a free kick given against Mickey van der Ven down in the right-back area. And at the moment, Spurs have got no issues. At the moment, no issues. And the Bodo Glimt striker is livid. He's won a header. The referee has said he's fouled and that he's livid. But I think there was a slight nudge. I wish I had a bit more for you guys. I think we knew it was kind of gonna be like this, right? I think we kind of knew it was going to be like this. It's, you know, the onus is on them. So if you haven't smashed the like button, please do, guys and girls. Please do. Please also subscribe as we're chasing down 18K. That would be much appreciated. We're currently sitting on 490 likes. Come on, we should be getting that to 600-700. Let's get that up, guys and girls. There's Bodo trying to play the ball out the back. Yeah, they're a neat passing team. It's just they don't seem to have a lot in the final third, but hopefully that continues. As it stands, no problems. Just the chance from the corner, right, is the only thing I can think of for them. Bodo again, keeping the ball. Nice little patterns, but not really going anywhere. Now they're trying to speed it up down on the left-hand side. Now they're in down the left. That was better from them. Now the ball's played into the box. It's blocked. He's got it, the ball back. Now the ball's going to... Spurs defending well. And this time I think Basuma's going to be able to get it away. Here's Patrick Berg. Goes back to the keeper and we'll start again. So 60% of the ball for them, 40% for us. You would expect that. Now here's Patrick Berg again. On the halfway line. Plays the ball out wide. Then again. Now the ball's played back into the middle. And the ball was played down the line, but Bentancur, to be fair, this time read it well. Don't give it away. No one give it away, please. Here's Richie back into Bentancur. I do worry with some of these players. And then Bentancur plays a long ball aimlessly. It's given away again. And now Spurs give away a dangerous free kick on the edge of the area. So Spurs have got a free kick. Spurs have got a free kick to defend against here. So Udogie with the foul on their right winger. So the ball is just to the right-hand side of the penalty area, about 19, 20 yards out to the right-hand side. Again, just switch on, nothing silly. So we're hearing that Bilbao are winning 1-0. I don't know how true that is, but apparently Bilbao are winning 1-0. My app hasn't told me that, but we'll get to that in a second. So it's going to be a free kick. You got Berg as a right footer, whips it in, and it's, I'll tell you what, it whipped in very quick, and it actually whipped in so quick that Vicario had to palm it away. So that will go down as a chance for them. Yeah, Gus. Chill out, dude. Chill out, dude. Where's this scary home form? Well, they're not losing, are they? So Man U 1-0 down. A cross corner comes in, headed down, headed clear by Spurs. Right, now here's Romero. When football fans say such childish things like this, sorry, Gus, like, where's this scary home form? What does scary home form mean? What, because people have pointed out that they're very good at home, that they win at most of their home games? I don't know what that means. Like, I just don't get it. So Man U are 1-0 down at home. So that's one to keep an eye on. Fiorentina are losing at home as well to Betis. So interesting. Man United have still got the 2-goal lead, but they're now in the position we're in, right? With a 2-goal lead as Bodo. Nice ball out wide. Big up, Sophie. Hope you're doing well, love. Hope you're well. And there's a free kick and a yellow card for the foul by Brennan Johnson. Weird. So, yeah, poor foul there from Brennan Johnson. He was late. And he's been yellow carded for that, and rightly so. Well, when you say in reality it means nothing, of course it does. Their home form, of course, means something. What do you mean? This doesn't make sense, Gus. Of course, their home form means something. They've won 30 of their 37 home games in Europe in the last 4 years. Of course, that means something. Why would it not? How silly have we got in football? This is just mad. Of course, it means something. Just because they're not all over us. They're a very methodical football team. They keep the ball, they prod, they probe, they try and move. And at the moment, they haven't been able to get in. But I just think it's really silly, some of the things we say. Look, they're a much better team here with the ball than we are. But do they have the punch? I don't know if they do. Spurs fans just say the stupidest things. No offense, Gus, but like, the home form. Where's this scary home form? What does that mean? If there was no such thing as form, why does everyone talk about home and away? I've got no idea what football fans think before they type. I genuinely don't. So here they are again, Bodo. They're trying to work through us. They've had all the ball here. Now the ball goes out wide. Ball whipped in. And the header from the player. Just over the bar. Oh, let's get rid of this David Malone bloke. He's turned into a fucking idiot, hasn't he? You know, when you can see him a mile off, and I always think, I'll give him a couple of chances, but you can see it a mile off. Guys, you've got to remember, this is a team. This is a football team that their entire weekly wage is 140 euros a week. Like, we've got to just a bit of context applied by people. So the ball's gone out wide now to Porro. Porro plays a ball again. Look at that. We look. I'm glad we got the 2-goal lead because we look awful. Mark, I only put idiots down when they're being idiots. I just don't know what I just sometimes I think with football fans that they just don't think. How are we talking about? Oh, where's this scary home form? What does that mean? Well, because people have mentioned they're good at home, which they are. What does that mean? Like, oh, dearie me. They've played through us here on the right-hand side. Now the ball's played into Patrick Berg again. He spreads the ball wide. Now the ball is blocked and it's a throw in to Bodo out on the left. Bodo, get on with it quickly. Now the ball's played into the midfield. A good ball out to the left wing. The ball is played across and Basuma was in the right place. Basuma does put out some fires, you know, and then does that. That's Basuma all over, isn't it? Did the really hard work, then cleared it, hit their bloke and went out for a Spurs throw. Doesn't feel like a semi-final at the moment, does it? It's a throw into Bodo down on the left-hand side. Do you know what? It's all this is fine. All the while we're 2 goals up. It's fine. Chelsea have scored in their game. We know they're going to be in the final, don't we? So Chelsea are through comfortably to the final. See, Bodo have got some lovely, lovely build-up play. Yeah, at the moment, it looks like it's going to be Tottenham versus Manchester United in the final. However, Man United 1 goal down. Keep an eye on that. Now, Richarlison brings the ball down and is fouled. It's a free kick. Not going to go down as the greatest 45 minutes of football, but that's fine. That's fine. Just get to half-time without conceding. That's absolutely fine. That's what we said. Nothing silly. Yeah, Robert, I agree. Yeah, I think if it's 0-0 at half-time, we should never come out and concede 2 without reply. Here's a Dogie, sweeps the ball forward. And again, it's just, it's so poor. It's so poor, isn't it? Rob Hotspur, I mean, I do worry since Maddison's been injured about where the creation will come. But I also don't think they're great. Man United, that is. But let's worry about this game first. Let's get through, which I think we will. Well, what I say, I thought it would be a draw or a narrow win to them. At the moment, I can't see either team winning this game, if I'm honest. As a Dogie nearly steals in. He nearly steals in, but the defender in the end got the block. At the moment, the way I would summarize is that we've done enough. I don't know how else I'd characterize this game. I would say we've done enough. We have got a corner here, though. It's a good job it's not 0-0 because this sort of performance is mad. My comments are not flashing up. That's because I haven't put any up. I'm trying to watch the game. I'll do lots of comments at half time. I'm reading the comments, but don't worry. Corner kick. Cleared away. Now given away by Spurs. There's Patrick Berg. He tried to take the long shot early doors. His teammates are a bit annoyed. And Spurs again, we're just so calamitous. I mean, you could see the standard of the Europa League semi-finals compared to the standard of the Champions League semi-finals is night and day, isn't it? Like, utter madness. Here's Bodo. They're playing through the midfield again. Now, ball goes out wide to the right back. Just get to half-time, Spurs, 0-0. That's all I can ask. It's been that boring. Which is fine. If you go through, it's absolutely fine. Oh, Steve, I wish I had some hobnobs. Anyway, here's Bodo trying to bring the ball out from the back. Good job. They're not a scary team, isn't it? By the way, Fiorentina 2-1 up now. They were 1-0 down. They've turned it around. What's the score on aggregate? Someone in that game? I can't even remember the first leg. Anyway, Bodo out on the left-hand side. The ball's played in. Now he's pinged back to the guy on the left. And now given away by Bodo. Spurs have got a chance to break here. Here's Pedro Porro. He's got no one with him. He's got absolutely no one with him. Then dinks a ball over to Richarlison, brings it down. Here's Solanke. He dinks it across, and it's crap. Solanke he's awful, isn't he? There's a ball down the line. Again, they've just not got the punch up front. Here's a Dogie. Plays it into Van der Ven. Van der Ven plays it forward to Richarlison. He turns, lays it off to Solanke. Now Spurs, nothing. When I go quiet, by the way, it means that nothing's happening. Oh, yeah, I've said Solanke's shit. He'll probably get one. It will hit his bum and go in. I can't believe what I'm watching, to be honest. I can't believe how bad we are every game. I can't believe how bad we are every game. Like, Bodo bring that out again. Spurs have got 1 minute plus stoppage time to get to half time. That's all we got to do. Get to half time 0-0, and I think we're pretty much there. Now to throw into Tottenham down on the right-hand side. It's really weird, isn't it? Being in a semi-final and there's just no... I don't know. There's just no energy, is there? There's no oomph. There's no energy from either team, if we're going to be honest. Some pretty passing from Bodo that doesn't go anywhere, and Spurs with just aimless passes forward that doesn't go anywhere. Spurs play a ball over the top again, awful, straight into the goalkeeper's hand. The goalkeeper's had a mare there, and he's put it out for a corner. He's had an absolute mare, the Bodo keeper. So Spurs are 45 minutes, nothing silly for a couple of minutes, and we're at half time. What was the keeper trying to do? What a nutter. Oh, dearie me. So, corner kick for Spurs. This should be the last action of the first half. The ball's gone over everyone, and then Basuma has just volleyed high and wide. And this should see us through to half time. When people say to me, like, why didn't I pay £1,300 to go to Norway? This. And there is the halftime whistle. I'll be honest, thank God for that. What a dross game of football. Tottenham will be the happier of the teams, of course. Of course, we're the happier of the teams. Tottenham Hotspur 0. Sorry, Bodo 0. Tottenham Hotspur 0. Was never going to be a classic, and it is not a classic. And I think it does show maximum down. Without Maddison, there's nothing on the pitch, is there really? But it is what it is. 1 second. Yeah, it is what it is. It's really difficult to say because we've done enough. This is enough for us. This is enough for us. I think obviously they'll be very disappointed that they've not any form of penetration in our final third, but we've got to make sure that we don't keep giving that ball away. But other than that, it's been Dan. You wouldn't think it's a semi-final the way the two teams are playing, would you? It's not the greatest game in the world.
I mean, what do you meh? What else do you want me to say? I mean, when you go and watch a game like we watched the other night with Inter and Barcelona, and then you go and watch some absolute crap like that, it's just, at the end of the day, we're not losing. We haven't scored, but they haven't scored either.
Sure. So yeah. That's all that matters.
We're where we wanted to be at the moment. I think we've done all right. It's just when we have had a couple of chances on the counter-attack, we've just done absolutely nothing with it. I think Adogi's looked terrible. Richarlison, it's just same Spurs, different game in a way, except we're not losing.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, look, I think the thing for me is I just want somebody to just put their foot on the ball. This constant just playing it forward and their goalkeeper gets it. And listen, I mean, you would expect them to probably come out second half with a little bit more.
Well, it's the only option they've got, isn't it, really? I mean, what else can they actually do?
How's it going, boys?
Where on earth are you?
Huh?
Where are you? Where are you?
Where am I? I'm in Waterloo. There's a bar that is showing the game.
What did you make of the first half?
Look, I thought it was comfortable. I thought neither team really had any quality. Look, I'm shocked. I thought Bodo Glimt were going to come out and be a lot better than they were, personally.
I thought they were going to come for us more.
You're taking 0-0 half time, right?
Listen, you take the score. I think there's a huge difference. Here's the thing. No matter what we say here, people will go, you're being negative. We'll take the score. I just think we've just got to stop giving the ball away. Like, we just got to stop punting it forward. I think we need a little bit more.
I think it's a bit of both. I agree to an extent. I think both teams, look, they've got to come at us more than they do. I think, look, if it carries on like this, we'll go through. But what I will say to anyone watching, we've got to be a lot better if we're going to get to the final. We've got to be a lot better than this.
Yeah, listen, I completely agree with you. I mean, Rich, Mark, welcome to the half-time. It's a weird one, isn't it? Because semi-finals, you normally think of blood and thunder, and this game has been the complete opposite. They're very good on the ball, lots of nice passing without troubling us. We're not good on the ball without troubling them. It's been a bit of a non-starter, hasn't it, really, from both sides?
Yeah. Well, we've contained them, haven't we? What's Vicario had to make one save from the free kick?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's about it. He's really done nothing else, has he?
No, of course.
But we're like sloppy with our passing, aren't we? We ain't really, we've really created nothing, and nor have they.
Yeah.
I mean, but to be honest, would we settle for this? I don't care if it's a stink fest, if it's 0-0 at the end.
Exactly. As long as we get the result, does it matter at the end? But
yeah,
it's still painful to watch.
This game has just been boring, hasn't it? It's
long may this continue. As far as I'm concerned.
Listen, what I was going to say, what someone said is boring, so I can't see who said stuff. But look, I'll take a boring 0-0 right now any day of the week.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody else here would, There's a forfeit on the line for me.
Yeah, but listen. You say that now.
All about you.
If do you know what sometimes gets me is that listen. Sometimes we sit back and go, like, do we want to be more pragmatic? Look, listen. I'm not sitting there saying we've been amazing, but we at the moment we're nullifying them. That's the main thing. By the way, it all changes if they score the first goal. It says it all. By the way, everything I've said about Patrick Berg says it all. That man has dictated the game today.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good footballer. He gets on the ball. He passes around. See, I think that Bodo Glimt are a very nice, neat football team, right? Mm-hmm. But I think what we're seeing is here a team that don't have the quality in forward line to hurt Spurs, to hurt the better teams. But they're a nice, neat team. They're passing it about nicely. I'll take that. All I'm asking for is just somebody to just put their foot on the ball. Just stop giving it away at every opportunity. Because at the moment, it's just, if you keep giving the ball away, at some point you're going to get punished. So that's all I think we need to that's all I think we need to do. Other than that, we're in the final, right? Other than that, nothing silly. We're in the final.
I will say, how much do we miss James Maddison, by the way?
Yeah, we need that creativity.
We are crying out for someone like Maddison on the pitch right now.
Do you know, I think more than that. I think the ball is not sticking with Solanke one bit. And what I'd do is I'd move Richie up top, take off Solanke and bring Mikey Moore on the left, because we need someone a bit like Grealish who can run with the ball, who can dribble, who can draw fouls. And Richie's just not holding the ball up. It's not sticking. Solanke's just not holding the ball up. It's not sticking with him. So I think we need to be a bit more clever about this. Put Richie up top, Mikey Moore on the left, draw some fouls, just keep up what we're doing, but just make sure that we've got an out ball, and I think Richie can be that man.
Yeah. Either that or they just meet Perchy and get some of the energy that he's getting. Seems quite energetic.
I hope the second half is the most boring stinkfest ever.
Mark, I agree, mate. I agree. I don't care about how. As long as we get there, I don't care.
Plenty of time wasting. Just kick the thing out the ground if you have to. Just do anything. Take the maximum over goal kicks, the maximum over free kicks before you get booked. I don't care. Just make it a complete stinkfest.
It's all good. That's all good. While it's 0-0. That's the problem with playing like this, right?
Of course.
Stinking it out is all good while it's 0-0. All it takes is one goal. But by the way, it works the other way as well. One goal for us and it's all over. All it takes is one goal. But I tell you what, God, don't it show the quality of football in this tournament that these two teams are playing in a semi-final together, and Bilbao and Man United are stinking it out in there. Like, it's just bloody awful.
What is the score? It was 1-0 to Bilbao.
It is 1-0 to Bilbao. It's 1-0 to Bilbao. It's just, listen, I'm all for it. I'm all for stinking it out, but just don't give away a goal. Don't give away an early goal.
Nothing stupid.
Don't be silly. Stay
Nothing silly.
on your man.
Nothing
but don't
silly.
foul him.
Yeah. Nothing stupid. Make sure a pass is 100% on. You know, none of these risky balls that, like, you know, is 50-50. You know, because I noticed there was once in the first half when Solanke give it to, would have been Porro on the left. Yeah, would have. Well, he passed it to somebody and it was a 50-50. And he only just got away with it.
Yeah, look, I think there's two ways of looking at this. It's all well, as I said, it's all well and good while it's 0-0. It's all well and good while it's 0-0. But we've just got to be mindful, right? I fail to believe, I'll be absolutely shocked if they don't come out with a bit more urgency. I'll be shocked, and we've just got to be wary of that. For me, I'm always looking at, you've got to negate what the other team do. For me, if we keep giving them the ball and we keep dropping back and passing it waywardly, they will hurt us. So that's all I'm saying, just to be cautious.
Well, you know what their manager's going to be doing at half time? One of those fireworks, he saved one of them from the. He's going to be shooting that at them, and he's going to be saying, "Right, go for it." First 10 minutes of the second half,